Megan, 5 years. It's been over 5 years since our story began on June 16th, 2019 in St. Peter, Minnesota. I still remember the nerves pulling up to your apartment, watching you walk out, and just before you got to the door, thinking to myself, here we go, Kanyon, don't mess this up. Fast forward to now, and mix in a few yearly reminders in between, echoing the "Don't Mess This Up" theme. Today, I stand before you, today, beaming with pride, knowing that I'll be able to look into those beautiful blue eyes for the rest of my life. Here we go, Meg. I love you so much. You look amazing.
What do you think?
I think I was wrong. You look great.
Thank you. You ready?
I'm ready. How do I look?
Dapper.
Good.
I'm so excited that today we become husband and wife. As I think about our love story, I always think back to the night we met and the decisions we both made that brought us here today. 5 years ago, I made what I thought was a seemingly minor decision, but little did I know it would lead me here today. Beginning of a lifetime with you. We were led to Mankato for a reason. God knew that we needed each other. God knew that we needed to find each other to live this thing called life. The night we met still lives vividly in my memory. I recall making connections with you about growing up at our lake houses, talking about Badger games in Madison, being from Kansas, Quick Trip, and of course sports. Looking back on the connections we made and how long we talked to each other that night, it's crazy that we did not go on our first date until 2 years later. If I'm recalling correctly, you asked me to be your girlfriend 6 times that summer, and I said no every time you asked. Once I finally said yes, it was time for you to graduate and find a job. You were looking for jobs all over the country as I had one more year of student teaching left. You decided to go back to school to turn your accounting minor into an accounting major. You claimed at the time that you really wanted that major, but I know that you went back to school to spend more time with me. That was an expensive girlfriend. As we embark on this journey together, I promise to love you with each passing day, to be your biggest fan, hold your hand through good times and bad, to cherish and care for you, support your fishing habit, sit with you at the dinner table even if I can hear you chewing, and most importantly, be right by your side for the rest of our lives. It's an honor to not only grow up with you, but to also grow old with you, right by my side. As you know, I'm a sucker for a great love story, and our love story continues to be my favorite. I love you.
It is my pleasure to officially introduce you the newest Mr. and Mrs. Fellers. Kanyon, you may kiss your bride.
need to fake it. No, 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 no. You pull and you shake it, just entertain it. Don't gotta name it. Oh no, 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 no. Call it an accident. It's all just falling in place.
Kanyon, you heard it last night. 3 words. Megan. You're right.
So take it to the heart. Willing to give it a shot in the dark. Already written.
And to Megan, thanks for saying yes.
We just got started. I'm all in, so take it to the heart. Willing to give it a shot in the dark.
To Kanyon and Megan, a loving, healthy, and very happy future together. We love you guys.
Yeah, we just get started. Yeah, we just get started.
Well, where you want me to turn? Oh, my baby. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Go around, look.
Let me look at you. Oh my God. That is just stunning.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
Get the back.
You're beautiful. Oh my God.
Look, and Mom put her lace right.
Oh, so nice. Oh my God, Megan. Kanyo's a lucky man.
Love you.
I love you too. Oh, my heart.
Yay! Let's get married.
Yeah.
Just go for a hug and put your faces.
You look amazing. I'm so excited.
What do you think?
I think I was wrong. You look great.
Thank you. You
So
ready?
good. I'm ready. How do I look?
Dapper.
Good. What do you got
Look.
there?
You were very wrong.
I was very wrong. I was guessing that it was going to be, I guessed it was going to be tight and fitted, and she was saying all these other terms. Was it lace? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I think it'll be nice and fitted with a little flare at the bottom. And I guess it was a good guess, but I like this better.
Look at.
I know, I was going to point that out.
Did you
It's
see
so
yours?
cute. Of course I did.
The kitties.
Kitty cats.
Yeah.
For those who don't know me, my name is Kansai Gary, and I'm fortunate to be close friends with both the bride and the groom. Kanyon is like a brother from another mother. Megan is like my sister from another mister. And my story begins with this lovely couple, begins with Kanyon. We have known each other for 14 exuberant years.
Damn right.
Ever since we met freshman year of high school. Together we have bonded from playing the same football team, having the same sportsy friend group, being the workout partners to push each other, going to Camp Fell, doing our summer shenanigans, and sharing our mutual passion and knowledge of world history, discovering about global conflicts and political dilemmas. Megan's personal favorite. A few years later, Kanyon and I found ourselves on the opposite side of the country, finishing up our college degrees. On one fateful day in 2021, I had the opportunity to relocate to the Twin Cities for work. I was thrilled to call Kanyon the great news. Kanyon did mention that he and Megan had just moved into a house 2 months ago. And the next thing I remember was him doing his Kanyon pause, right? Wait, hold on. Let me make a phone call and call someone real quick. I'll be right back. Moments later, he followed up and asked, Kanzai, would you be interested in moving in with Megan and Kanyon? Naturally, I was delighted, right? But I wondered at the same time, I only knew Megan only a handful of times. You're gonna let a random stranger just show up in your guys' house and live with you guys in that next chapter, right? But I'll just say this, is Megan, being the amazing person she is, welcomed me with open arms and let me in, and it was just the most appreciative moment of my life. And that's where Megan and our bond began to blossom. Over the next few years, we enjoyed many wine nights where we'd kick Kanyon out and engage in intense games of backgammon and card games.
Yeah, we did.
Now, if you guys don't know Megan, she's a fierce competitor.
Damn right.
And when Megan wins, right, she'll let you know. Not just once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, right? And the next thing you know, right, Megan and I were just so competitive, and we'd play for hours on end till 1 a.m. until one of us cannot keep our eyes open. And that's when you knew we had to be done. Now, with all these prominent special moments, both Kanyon and Megan hold a true special place in my heart. Now, to take some time to introduce you guys the couple, I'd like to just share a quick celebration and how their story began. Kanyon and Megan's journey started in 2019. Kanyon would love to share his passion and love for music on Instagram, posting videos of himself playing the guitar. Megan stumbled upon one of these videos and was instantly captivated by his talents. She reached out to Kanyon, and just a few exchanges later, they found themselves on their first date. Now, Kanyon found out Megan has ties to Kansas City, and so for their first date, he chose a special spot to go to the 3rd Street Tavern over in St. Peter near Mankato. This barbecue place would surely make Megan would feel at home. It was just the perfect setting for them to connect, laugh, and begin what would become a beautiful journey together. As their relationship grew, Kanyon frequently took Megan fishing near the Mankato Dam and grabbing milkshakes at their favorite spot nearby. After several dates and months of getting to know each other, Megan and Kanyon realized they had found something truly special. Now today, as we celebrate the remarkable day, let's honor the love and connection that Megan and Kanyon share. Their story is a testament to the magic that can happen with 2 people meet at just the right moment. Even if it's swiping up to a shirtless guy playing the guitar.
He wasn't shirtless.
Quote unquote.
That's funny.
Now, for those curious about what makes Kanyon and Megan a powerful team, I'd just like to share 2 short stories that illustrates their unique bond. The first story begins, and it takes us back to 2020, when Megan was finishing her student teaching and living by herself in an apartment in the Twin Cities. At the same time, Kanyon was transitioning between jobs and had moved back home to Sun Prairie, saving up and preparing for his next adventure. As fate would have it, Kanyon received a job offer outside the Twin Cities on a Thursday. And by Friday, the next day, he had accepted the position, was on the move, and ready to move. Besides letting Megan know he had accepted the job, Kanyon did not thoroughly communicate the game plan of moving into her apartment that next day.
She didn't have a choice.
Megan, a bit starstruck from what is happening, the next thing she knows is Kanyon arriving with all of his belongings and was starting to move in. Amid the chaos, there was an unexpected addition that Kanyon brought. His gun safe.
Wait, pause. You're having a parade. Okay, keep going.
Wanted it on the way.
Now, with the gun safe, where do you put a gun safe in a 600 square foot apartment?
Good question, Kanyon. Where do you put it?
He'll tell you.
Happy to answer that one. Kanyon decided the bedroom, right next to the bed, would be the best place to put it. Now, Megan, who was teaching online during COVID, had her office in the bedroom with the computer camera, as you guys may know, facing the gun safe. Every day before she would have to teach, she would have to remind herself to put a blanket, something to cover it, right, so that the kids don't see that. And this quirky challenge became a memorable part of their early days together, highlighting their ability to navigate life's surprises with humor.
Humor.
So funny.
Now, for our final story, it takes place a year after of them living together in their apartment. Megan and Kanyon's lease was finishing up and found themselves at a crossroad. They both knew it was time to start that next adventure, moving into a house together. In the week up to their move, Megan and Kanyon decided to make a quick trip to Petco. Little did they know, this outing would bring them a new family member into their family. There, Megan fell head over heels for a charming cat they named Fred. Her love for Fred was instant and unwavering, and she knew there was only one option: to bring him home. However, before they finalized their papers, smart Kanyon decided he had one condition on his own before they got Fred. He requested that if Megan got to keep Fred, he should be allowed to have a boat. For both, it seemed as it was a fair trade, right? And that very same night, Kanyon set out on an adventure of his own, driving 4.5 hours to Iowa, and found a boat on Facebook Marketplace and went ahead and purchased it. As we celebrate their wedding today, we are reminded that their journey has been marked by mutual compromise, spontaneous, and a willingness to embrace their lives together. Megan and Kanyon's journey shows us that partnership thrives on shared dreams and a sprinkle of adventures along the way. Now, before we begin the formalities of the ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to Shar Brecky, Kanyon's aunt, who will be reading a poem meaningful to Megan and Kanyon.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe stand on this side, right? Yeah.
I've been asked to share with you a reading entitled Blessing of the Hands. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will cherish you through the years and with the slightest touch comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind And these are the hands that will countless times wipe tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when old and aged, will still be reaching yours and still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. May God bless these hands and hold you in His forever.
Thank you.
Now, as we begin the ceremony, Megan and Kanyon have chosen to written their own vows.
You're up, Buttercup. Sorry, everyone cannot come off for now.
Alright, do I need to read into you? Megan, 5 years. It's been over 5 years since our story began on June 16th, 2019 in St. Peter, Minnesota. I still remember the nerves pulling up to your apartment, watching you walk out, and just before you got to the door, thinking to myself, here we go, Kanyon, don't mess this up. Fast forward to now, and mix in a few yearly reminders in between, echoing the don't mess this up theme. Today, I stand before you, today, beaming with pride, knowing that I'll be able to look into those beautiful blue eyes for the rest of my life. You are a go-getter, a dream chaser, fiercely loyal, and a ride or die. There's no river too wide, no mountain too tall, no darkness that you can't extinguish. You live with a tenacity for life. Whether that is supporting our families, no matter how far away they might be, or celebrating our victories of our friends. The vibrant way in which that you live life makes me whole. You are my heart's greatest inspiration. You are my life's greatest reason for joy, and a reminder of how fortunate I am to have you by my side. I vow to be your biggest fan. I promise to support our family in a home that is filled with patience, love, and understanding. I vow to grow old with you. I promise to love you faithfully and unconditionally. Megan Marie Schill, I love you.
Oh no, okay. Hold on. Okay. How close do I have to get to you? Okay, hi. Kanyon, I'm so excited that today we become husband and wife. I can't look at you. As I think about our love story, I always think back to the night we met and the decisions we both made that brought us here today. Together we decide what to have for dinner. Together we decide which car to take. Together we decide who will do the dishes. Together we decide what to do on the weekend. It got me thinking that the secret to life is making decisions. Little, seemingly minor decisions that we make daily. Those minor decisions can be life-altering and lead you to another choice that can change your trajectory instantly. 5 years ago, I made what I thought was a seemingly minor decision, but little did I know it would lead me here today. The beginning of a lifetime with you. We were led to Mankato for a reason. God knew that we needed each other in life. God knew that we needed to find each other to live this thing called life. The night we met still lives vividly in my memory. I recall making connections with you about growing up at our lake houses, talking about Badger games in Madison, being from Kansas, Quick Trip, and of course sports. Looking back on the connections we made and how long we talked to each other that night, it's crazy that we did not go on our first date until 2 years later. In 2019, we decided to go on a date and instantly became inseparable. It happened so quickly, I didn't realize I had fallen head over heels for you. If I'm recalling correctly, you asked me to be your girlfriend 6 times that summer, and I said no every time you asked. Once I finally said yes, it was time for you to graduate and find a job. You were looking for jobs all over the country as I had one more year of student teaching left. You decided to go back to school to turn your accounting minor into an accounting major. You claimed at the time that you really wanted that major, but I know that you went back to school to spend more time with me. That was an expensive girlfriend.
Yes.
Your energy and love for life is infectious. You are the sweetest, most genuine person I have ever met. Your ability to walk into a room and get everyone to smile shows your kind heart and love that you have for life. You are so selfless and remind me every day that the stressors in life are just temporary. Friend, family, or stranger, you will drop what you are doing to go help others. Your ability to never get upset is admirable. The amount of love you show to Finn and Fred melts my heart. You are my best friend, my safe place, my biggest supporter and reason for my smile. Together we make the strongest team. The past 5 years have gone by in the blink of an eye. Together we have created a life that we love. We have worked together through all good and bad life has thrown our way. It's exciting to think that this is only the beginning of an extraordinary life. As we embark on this journey together, I promise to love you with each passing day, to be your biggest fan, hold your hand through good times and bad, to cherish and care for you, support your fishing habit, sit with you at the dinner table even if I can hear you chewing, and most importantly, be right by your side for the rest of our lives. It's an honor to not only grow up with you, but to also grow old with you, right by my side. As you know, I'm a sucker for a great love story, and our love story continues to be my favorite. I love you. I made it through it.
Wow. How about you guys? I'm tearing up a little bit. I'm a little watery, so. Whew. Now, as we begin the ring ceremony, the couple will now exchange rings as a symbol of the promises of marriage. A ring has no beginning or end. Its path is endless and a symbol of your endless love and respect for each other. By placing these rings on each other's fingers, you are promising to not just love each other, but to honor each other, to be compassionate, patient, and understanding as you build your future together. You can both feel the love in the air today. These rings represent this love. Not just your love for each other, but from everyone here today. Let these rings be a reminder of that love, what you are feeling today. Megan.
I need that ring.
Please place the ring on Kanyon's finger and repeat after me. Kanyon.
Kanyon.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
With the pledge to love and support you.
With the pledge to love and support you.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Oh, today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Nailed it.
And now, Kanyon, please place the ring on Megan's finger and repeat after me. Megan.
Megan.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
With the pledge to love and support you.
With the pledge to love and support you.
Today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, always and forever.
It is my pleasure to officially introduce you the newest Mr. and Mrs. Fellers. Kanyon, you may kiss your bride.
Good job.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice work, guys.
The first speech we have tonight is going to be by our bride's dad. So let's give Steve a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Heidi and I, Carrie Lee and Chris, would like to thank all of you for joining us in the celebration of Megan and Kanyon's marriage. To our families, thank you for being here to support this marriage as part of our growing families. Our children and our grandchildren are our legacy. To our friends, we cannot thank you enough for being here to share in this celebration. It is humbling, and we cherish the time we spend together and relish the memories. Welcome everybody to the Lake of the Ozarks. You have no idea how much we lucked out on the weather. For a couple reasons. Today we finished and it poured down rain. Now they always say if it rains on your wedding day, that's supposed to be good luck. So that means a long, happy marriage. The other part was, we have not seen anything probably under 95 degrees for over 2 months. Just a few weeks ago, we were thinking of having to get a tent up over that outside area because we're afraid that most of you would be passing out because you're from either Wisconsin, Minnesota, or Iowa, and you're not used to that heat or the humidity that we have down here with heat index well over 115 degrees. So we were really, really lucky to get into the 70s. We hope that each of you have had an opportunity to join and participate in the Lake of the Ozarks. This has been a very special place for our families for a long, long time. You'll find that this place, compared to where we've lived in the past, this is shark-free and salt-free, so there's a few hazards you don't have to worry about when we go swimming. Chris and Carrie Lee, Heidi and I have enjoyed getting to meet you, enjoying with you and your family, spending time with you at Camp Fell, down in Florida, at our place, and we have really, really, truly enjoyed getting to meet Kendall and seeing what a fantastic young woman she is. And of course, I'll get to Kanyon in just a little bit. Kanzai. I met Kanzai later. You're going to find out when I first met Kanyon, Kanzai was there, but Kanzai took off in the car and didn't even come in and say hello. But Kanzai, thank you. The words that you spoke today, we know came from the heart. And I know that because people came up to me and told us that wedding celebration was so Megan and Kanyon. And there's only one person that I can think of, and I know all of you know them very, very well. But Kanzai, you spent an little extra time, as you said, at their house. And there's only one way you're going to know that intimate part of them is because you spent that kind of time with them. Now, I'm not really sure about the wine. Were you guys having like a ladies' night? You kept Kanyon on, or what was that? Okay, we'll let that one go. Now, I do know to plan and execute a wedding takes a lot of people to make that happen. And our friends and family along the way have helped make that happen. We greatly appreciate everything you've done to contribute to today. But I'd be remiss if I didn't at least say a few words, or at least recognize my bride of 34 years, Heidi, for all the work that she did. I love you. She worked diligently behind the scenes. Just to give you an example, we made a pact to each other, because a lot of times we get places and both of us get going, and you'll find I have a tendency to talk a lot and ramble. But we talked to each other. We actually talked to each other in our cars. We came in 2 different cars. We were talking to each other on the way over here. And we said, okay, when we hit that resort, we're not separating. We are together the whole weekend, hand in hand, like glue. We hit the front door and I didn't see her for an entire day. She was off doing all kinds of things. You know, I didn't touch that. See, technology, I'm not good with it. And then I'm going to have to go back on here and get back to what I was going to talk about. But there's also Lodge of the Four Seasons. You have been terrific to work with. And our wedding coordinator, right back here, Rob Schaefer. Rob promised us he was more than just a pretty face, and that he would deliver a fantastic dinner for all of us tonight, and I think they accomplished that. Now this isn't even really kind of everything I see here. I keep getting questions from everybody. What do you think of this? What did you do there? What were you thinking with this? I didn't have anything to do with anything in this room, other than me standing right here at this point in time. It was Megan and Kanyon. It was their vision for their wedding and what they saw. And I have to say that one of the things that they wanted to make sure in their vision in this wedding celebration this weekend is they wanted their guests to enjoy the lake, but more importantly, they wanted to provide an experience that celebrated you, and that you would know how much you mean to them. And I think you guys accomplished that. I think this has been a great celebration this weekend. Meg, you know, having a celebration here means the world to us. This is our special place. Now, what you guys didn't get, you got the cruisers going by, tooting the horns. Now, we were fortunate because a couple years ago, that had been 3 ladies on top of that cruiser with their tops off, flashing us. But years ago, Heidi and I had decided that we wanted to create a place where our kids, Morgan and Megan, can always come back, rekindle their childhood, have all their memories, and know that they have their place to come back to. Because if you ever find out, I mean, we've been all over. We've lived in a number of different places. But we always wanted that place for you guys to be able to come back to and be a part of that. And the other part of that is so many of our memories are here as a family. And I look at this table and around the room, and so many of you have all been a part of watching this young lady grow up. You've been a part of that. And that was one of the things that Meg wanted to make sure is that, again, when we celebrated our families, we celebrated our friends, that everybody was a part of what their lives were growing up, and you all had a major impact on them. So congratulations to each of you. We are so happy you're here with us. When I think of the lake, you know, I still picture this little girl, Dada, in a life jacket you can barely breathe in because it's so big compared to how big you are. But here we are today, Mrs. Kanyon Fellers. Unbelievable. You look absolutely stunning, beautiful. And you're finding out there's not much it takes to get me to where I don't say much or can't say anything. But today, I think I'm mic'd up. And I just couldn't say anything when I turned around. And I said to the videographer, that's not fair. They should allow me to see her coming from a distance. Because with my heart condition, I need to be able to breathe when I turn around. So what can I say about Meg? A lot of you have actually shared exact same sentiments as I met you, particularly from the fellers, friends and family. And it's just interesting when you sit down and write this and then people come up to you and they start to say the same things you've already started to write about your daughter. But Meg is a fiercely loyal friend. She's a humble person with a kind heart. She has a loving soul and a great sense of humor. Now, that is mixed with a dash of sass and salt. I'll let each of you determine which parent she got each of those from. And as long as I can remember, Meg was going to be a school teacher. We actually had to set up an extra bedroom as a classroom for her. And when I say she wanted to be a teacher, it was a classroom. We had to repaint the walls, we put a chalkboard up, not just a chalkboard, but we painted the walls a chalkboard. She had the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, she had overheads, she had projectors, she had slides, she had everything you could think of. She taught her dolls, their stuffed animals, and our pet dog, Bo. Bo was probably the smartest Bichon I've ever seen in my entire life. Now this past year, Gigi's Playhouse recognized Meg for what she'd accomplished with her swim team. One person in particular. Now Gigi's Playhouse, for those of you who don't know, their mission is to change the way the world views Down syndrome and to send a global message of acceptance for all. And so why would Meg be recognized? And this goes to her humble, kind, warm heart. Why? Because she did something no other coach in the Minneapolis metropolitan area was willing to do. She took a young man with Down syndrome and had him become a member of the swim team. And that night we joined at the gala, and I'm talking there's thousands of people at this thing. It's gigantic. And they're recognizing our daughter, and we have people from the organization coming up to us and congratulating us about how wonderful our daughter is, and what a trendsetter and a pioneer she is to break the rules and be willing and daring to be different, to allow a child that everybody would see as different to become normalized on that team. Megan, you are just a fantastic human being. You've heard me say this a number of times to you, and your mother and I always wish that you remain humble and kind. Kanyon. Remember the first time we met? I learned tonight. It's our 5-year anniversary. Today. Today is our 5-year anniversary. Love you too, buddy. Kanyon. So Meg comes down to Tampa. She's going to spend extra time with us over her break. After about 2 or 3 hours at the house, we're all in the pool. She walks up to me, meanders over and go, and, "Hey, Dad, I have a friend in town. Saying maybe they come over and spend a week with us. And what do you think?" I said, "Sure, fine." I said, "When's she coming?" It's not a she, Dad. It's a he. Huh? He, Dad. Oh, great. No, Dad. Grand. What? Grand Kanyon. His name is Kanyon, and I call him Grand Kanyon. I am sitting there going, you gotta be kidding me. My daughter is smitten about this guy. She's head over heels. And of course, Dad's shields go up. I have got to make sure I vet this guy very, very well. Well, I think as everybody knows in this room, if you spend any time at all with Kanyon, those shields come down very fast. And you realize what a tremendous gentleman this guy is. You think by the time you spend any time, or you know by the time you spend any time with him, he is by far one of the greatest guys you're going to run into. And I thought, this is a guy a friend's friend wants to have. Kanyon is just tremendous. And I realized by the end of that weekend why she was calling him Grand. So Kanyon still has one last real big challenge, and that is he has to come to the lake. See, this is where he has to come meet all of the people who've known Megan since she was just about 1.5 years old. And these are the places where you got the Rush boys who look out after her like they're like a big brother and make sure that everybody's on the up and up. But I have to say, on the second day, everybody in the lake in our cove knew Kanyon. They knew that he had caught a fish. They knew how large the fish was because it's commensurate with the amount of yelling and hollering that he was doing. And I thought that that just was Kanyon until Thursday. Chris and I are in the water, we're out in the middle of the cove, we're fishing, and all of a sudden, fish on. Kendall picks it up, reels in a 35-inch blue cat. I'm thinking, they're jumping up and down the dock. I looked at Chris, and I'm like, well, Chris isn't even here. Where the hell did Chris go? He's all the way back to the dock. I look, and he's up there jumping up and down with him. I thought, this has got to be something, because this has got to be just exhausting fishing with them. Because they do like 50 jumping jacks after every fish they catch. But in sincerity, Chris, Carrie Lee, congratulations. Heidi and I want to congratulate you on raising just such a loving, caring, kind-hearted, compassionate, intelligent young man. It's almost as if you could write down what you want for your daughter, put it in a box, and 26 years later pull it out, and there's Kanyon. And we are just tickled pink. Now, everybody here knows, well, at least those of you with daughters, you know how protective we are of our daughters. Dads just are that way. I don't know why, we just are. And I knew one day, this day would come, where I'd be asked to present my daughter's hand in marriage to someone who promised to have and to hold for the remainder of her life. That day was today. Kanyon, you are that person I trust to hold Megan's hand through your lives together. I love you, I respect you, but please take care of my baby girl. Heidi and I welcome you into our family. We couldn't be happier to have you as our son-in-law. And as I finish, I just have a few things, maybe words of wisdom. Some people may say you have no wisdom, so be quiet. We'll try it. As your parents, we hope our relationships serve as beacons of marriage that work when you work on your marriage. Stay founded in where you came from, understand where you are today, and continue to work together on where you are going in the future. Strive to resolve conflicts together, move forward toward a bright future. Keep things fun, loving, and compassionate. I think what we've seen so far tonight with you, your friends, and the wedding part, everything going on, I don't think that part's going to be a problem. Remember, the only possible journey is the one you don't begin. Happy marriages begin when you marry the one you love. But marriages blossom when you love the one you marry. And above all else, for all of us, for everyone here, be the reason someone smiles today. Heidi, would you join me with the toast? Please join us in raising your glasses to Kanyon and Megan, a loving, healthy, and very happy future together. We love you guys. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Well, my name is Hunter. I'm one of Kanyon's best friends going back to our days in college together. Go Mavs. I couldn't be more honored to stand up here before Kanyon and Megan. They've become such close best friends to us, and Kanyon, you're truly one of the best guys a friend could ask for, and it truly means the world to be able to do this with you. To date, there are approximately 9,000 Kanyons in the world. As we know, there is only one Kanyon Fellers. He is a truly one of one. And Kanyon met, early back in our days, our Mankato journeys back when, different times, but we got really close. And a friend of a friend came up to me one day and said, hey, there's this guy I think you should meet. I think you two would have a lot in common. You'd have a lot to talk about. You both like to fish, you like the Packers, it's a match made in heaven. And then he followed it up, his next sentence was, just so you know, this guy can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And boy, was that true. When I first met Kanyon, kind of as it was alluded to tonight, he introduced himself like he always does. Hey, my name is Kanyon, like the Grand Canyon. And we were off from there. And as one of Kanyon's really close friends, I consider myself kind of a gatekeeper to the stories that we've shared over the years. And I know how to toe the line here. I know Kanyon's kind of giving me the beady eyes, hoping I do it right. But don't worry, Kanyon, I know how to toe the line, so don't even worry. Like for example, I would never tell everyone in the room about your infamous bar fights. When you fought that big bad ATM machine, you fell off a stool, hit your head. It wasn't a fair fight, Kanyon. We gotta give it to you though. And I would certainly never talk about the time that you thought it would be hilarious to attach an adult toy to your power tools. Thinking it'd be just, outside of yourself to see how fast you could get it to spin. And I would never tell everyone, close family, about how you lived an entire semester off of just cocktail weenies and warm Bud Light. And you did just fine. But the memories that me and Kanyon have are endless. We'd sit on the river fishing for catfish all day. We'd sit in our beat-up Mankato apartment, listen to Eric Church, drinking Jack Daniels until the sun came up. And truly we wouldn't have it any other way, all the way up to taking a 24-hour drive down to South Padre Island. Turned into a 30-hour trip because Kanyon always knows a quicker way. We made it nonetheless. But Kanyon has a zest for life that is truly unparalleled. Anyone that meets him knows this. He speaks to everyone he's met, whether he's known him for his whole life or he's just meeting him, with the utmost respect and just admiration and intrigue to hear about their life. And you truly can't ask for a better friend than Kanyon Fellers. Truly. Now for Miss Megan. I've seen Kanyon nervous for 2 points in my life. One was today. He won't say he was, but he was very nervous today, very stiff. And the moment he introduced Megan to me and my girlfriend Kayla. Kanyon, he had this girl he was just dying for us to meet, and okay, Kanyon, okay. We met Megan, and after that I just prayed to myself, Kanyon, just don't screw it up. Just do what you have to do to keep this one around. It was the summer of love, as we called it. Kanyon and Megan met at about the same time me and Kayla met, and we would spend just countless hours fishing, drinking bagged wine, any liquor that we could get our hands on, just to pass the time. Megan is a very headstrong individual. She sets a goal and she puts her head down until she achieves it. It's evidenced by her success as a collegiate swimmer and the dedication that she makes to her kids in the classroom. It's unparalleled. And I truly admire Megan for how selfless she is and how she just puts other people first. She's just quick to jump to help others. She's never ever worried about herself. It's just, what can I do? What do you need? And as much as I enjoyed having Kanyon as a best friend, I know that we've enjoyed having Megan become one of our best friends as well. You can't ask for a better pair. Kanyon lives life at 100 miles an hour, and it takes a very special woman to jump on that ride, Megan, so I commend you. And now for the advice. I don't have years and years of marriage experience, so it's going to be very brief. Megan, we know Kanyon can be a handful. If he ever gets to be too much, just lock him in the garage with his tools and his gears and gadgets, and that'll buy you a few hours probably at most. And Kanyon, you heard it last night, 3 words, Megan.
You're right.
You're right. You're right. We love you both. The love that you guys have for each other is obvious, and we're just truly joyed to get to witness a special day for you guys, and we can't wait to see what the future has for you. So, if you wouldn't mind, please raise a glass. And cheers to the fellers.
For Kanyon, I met him about 5 years ago, and he has blended into the family seamlessly, cracking jokes, attending swim meets with us, and even helping out with household chores like roofing the boathouse of our cabin with my husband Joseph right here. We've watched the relationship blossom over the years and are so excited to be here tonight with all of you to celebrate their marriage. It was too hard to put everything I wanted to say into a speech, so I put it into a song. Megan and Kanyon, this is for you. Hey. Here we go! The boys were roofing out front.
Whoa.
By then we knew they were the ones.
Dating a shill girl like the one right here. You're on probation for several years.
We always knew that Megan Jill would find someone who's got it all.
He's got 4-foot musty on his line, couple truckloads of fruit to ship on time. Big old house, asbestos free.
Both got folks living wild and free. There's just one thing
Been weighing on his mind.
he asked Megan,
Would you be my bride?
and that long haired blonde hair girl that stole his heart looked him in the eye and said, of course I couldn't bear to be apart. Kanyon fell his land with the greatest catch of his life when that long haired blonde hair girl became his wife. Megan just got hitched to a guy who likes to fish. Although she found a mister, she's still my little sister. Way back when we were young, we really had some fun. Rivals in high school, competing in the pool. She's always so determined, she has places to go. She's always meant to teach. Megan, I hope you know, we're so proud of you for all the things we do. She'll be a feather soon, but seems like it was just like last June. Back when we were just kiddos, catching lots of minnows. There was Mojo and Bobo, way before Fin Fat and Zo. Now she's a wifey, they're besties for lifey. So welcome formally, Kanyon fellers, to the family.
got the best in each other. When you're mixing chills and fellers, you know you got the best of both worlds.
Alright guys, I had something typed up, but I'm gonna ad-lib. Number one, I think that you kind of get the message from what Megan and I's vision has been for tonight, and that really is that, well, obviously us getting together and spending the rest of our lives is a big deal. We wanted to share that big deal with every single one of you guys, because at the end of the day, it's the hands you shake, the friends you make, and the wife you take. We value our relationships with every single person in here. We treasure it. And for the fact that you guys were all willing to spend the time, the money, and travel the distance that you guys all have to be a part with us, it means the world. And we really cannot wait to celebrate with you guys here later on tonight, and we look forward to seeing you on the dance floor. Steve, Heidi, thank you guys so much for all your help with the planning. Thank you so much for your help with the advice and making sure that nothing at this wedding gets missed. To both of our parents, Chris, Carrie Lee, Steve, Heidi again, thank you guys for showing us what it means to be a team, what it means to be a couple, and what it means to genuinely have true love. To Rob, to the Four Seasons, to all the vendors here that did such a tremendous job to make tonight possible, from the bottom of our heart, thank you guys, because without you, none of this would be possible. And to Megan, thanks for saying yes.